Hello friends, welcome back to CDL. In this video, we'll see how to resolve basic error that create process and wtype.h error. So as a CA developer, many times you may face that issue whenever you're trying to build your workspace that it will show some create process slash C uh, that error it might you face. So in this video we'll see how to resolve that error. So s- sometimes even though if you have installed Visual Studio and if you are trying to build your workspace from Visual Studio, that time also you will face this issue. Or many people they avoid Visual Studio, they are prefer to use directly um, CMD, their command prompt. They are using command prompt for building workspace or adding prerequisite or running application. So they also may face that issue. So we'll see in this video how we can resolve that error. So very basic things. So I'll show you here how we can do. In my case, I have one workspace. So I'll try to build that workspace first, and I'll show you how we'll get that error, which error we are getting here, and how we can resolve that error. We'll see. Okay, now I have opened a CMD in admin mode and I will try to build. So before that, I have to just open that path where I have CA workspace. So now I have opened here CD/D and I given that path, and uh, we have to give here a TCK file batch path and we have to run. Then only it will allow us to take that TCK profile or a TCK list, or that MK will run. Otherwise, it will not recognize that command. Whatever we are putting that command, it will not recognize. So here, how we can do those things, I'll show you. I have already created one video how we can build our CA code without Visual Studio or without locking CA license. So I shown you how we can do here. Okay, we'll see here how we can build our workspace. So I will give here TCK init batch file path and I will hit enter. So I will copy first that TCK init path from installation directory. Okay, I will open our CATIA CA installation directory and I will check TCK init in WinB64 code bin and sorry, in WinB64 code command. So inside this path we will get TCK init batch file. So just copy that full path and paste it in our CMD in double quotation and just hit enter. So once we hit enter, so that batch file will run and it will allow us to use mkmk command or mkrun command. So before that we have to use here tck list. So I'll type tck underscore list and I will hit enter. So it will give the list how many level we have installed. Uh, in my case, I have installed R32, CATIA R32. So it will show that R32. In someone's machine, maybe they have more than 2, 3 versions, so that much list it will show. See, in my case, I have only one version installed, so V5 R2020, and that means R32 I have installed. So it will show only one in my list, in TCK list. So let's type TCK profile, TCK underscore profile, and copy that TCK list and just paste here and hit enter. We have to give prerequisite before running. So without prerequisite, if we try to build our CA code, it will show error as everyone aware as a CA developer, they must aware about this. So I'll give some I'll give first prerequisite path. So mk get prereq hyphen p, and wherever we have CA or CATIA installed, that directory path we have to copy and we have to paste and just hit enter. Okay, so see here MK. Okay, I did here mistake. Instead of MK get, I make MK fate. So sorry for that. So I'll type again MK get prereq hyphen P, and just I will pass that path in double quotation, installation directory path in double quotation. So once you enter that time, our prerequisite path will set here. So once we set prerequisite path, so as you know that CATIA v file level, that one file will copy from that path location, and it will paste it. It will store in our workspace directory. As everyone aware about this one, whenever we given that uh, prerequisite path. So this is the one file CATIA v file level, and this installation configuration WinB64 file. These two file will copy from installation directory, and it will paste it in our workspace directory. Now we can build mkmk-aug. So let's see, will it build, it will build or not. So as I told, we are focusing on this, that in this video we are focusing on create process error. So uh, in my system I don't have installed Visual Studio, so obviously it will show that error. Even someone's system they have installed Visual Studio, that time also they will face this issue. So we'll focus on that, how we can how we can resolve this error. So this is the create process slash cl system cannot find the file specifications. This is the error we will resolve now here. So how, why this error occurs? Because in our system maybe we have not installed correct Windows SDK version or .NET Frame version, so that's why it's showing this error. So same thing like how for wtype error we are getting, so same correct SDK version we have to install here. I will run now. I will install Visual Studio 2019 here in my system, because I'm using R32, and R32 CA and Red is compatible with Visual Studio 2019. So I'm using here community version. It doesn't matter whether which version you are using, either professional, enterprise, or community version. So I'm using here Visual Studio 2019 community version. So let it install. Okay, now Visual Studio installer open here, and it will ask to select that packages. So as a CA developer, we need a C++ package. So say a desktop development with C++, we will select that one, and we need to select some component also. So before that, here I will show you few things. So here by default selected Windows 10 SDK, and that is the updated version. But if you want to resolve that error, so you must to use bit lower version. So now by default selected Windows 10 higher version, Windows 10 SDK higher version. So we'll try to select that older version, Windows 10 SDK 10.0.18, and previously it was selected 10.0.19. So again we need to select some individual component for .NET Framework 3.5 development tool, .NET Framework 4.7 SDK, so 4.8 SDK, and some target pack also we have to select to avoid some Windows error. So I have selected all the things. Now I will install this, and it requires some space. It will show that how much space we required. Okay, so here as I shown you, I have unchecked that previous Windows 10 SDK package, and I'm selecting old bit lower version Windows 10 SDK 10.0.8. So let it installed. To resolve that error, I will select this lower version Windows 10 SDK, and I will just modify. Okay, so we'll wait till installation. Once it's completed, I'll show you here how we can integrate our Red tool with Visual Studio, and we'll start our CA coding, and we can build easily. Meanwhile, I will okay, here I have two workspace. One is line and one is TCS just test workspace. So you can use any name wherever you are working in HCL, TCS or Infosys, any prefix you can use. I just for practice purpose I use here TCS, and I created one test dummy workspace. So once Visual Studio install, we will try to build our code. We'll wait for that. Okay, so Visual Studio installed successfully. Now we'll launch Visual Studio 2019 community version, and we'll see. So before that, when we launch Visual Studio, that time, very first time it will ask to sign in. You can ignore, you may sign in later. So I'll put this not now, maybe later. Okay, you can select theme as per your convenient. I will, if someone like dark or anything, I'll select dark here, and for development settings C++ and select Start Visual Studio. So these are the initial things. Everyone aware about this, how we can install Visual Studio and all. Okay, so now you just open. You see there 3ds workspace or something. Open 3ds, create new workspace, 3ds workspace. That option is not available here because we have not integrated our red tool with Visual Studio. That's why it is not showing. So we have to close Visual Studio, and we'll try to run that extension, Visual Studio extension. So go to your installation directory, red tool directory, and go to bin. So you will see one option here, 3ds option, 3ds Open Native Apps Extension 2019. So if you have installed Visual Studio 2000, Visual Studio 2019, then only this extension will install. Otherwise, it will show some error, or it won't run perfectly. Let it install first. Okay, so prerequisite we need .NET Framework 4.7.2 SDK. So here we have, or if it is not, then it will download and it will install. Okay, now installation done, and close this window. And now you can launch Visual Studio. So once you launch Visual Studio, one window will pop up. So in that you have to pass this tck init file, so tck init path. So I will copy this path tck init first, and let open Visual Studio 2019. Okay, so once you open Visual Studio, one window will pop up. In my case, that window is not pop up. So what I will do, I will go to Tools. I can easily find that one. So everyone will get that option in Tools Options. There you will get there you will get 3D experience. So you can click 3D experience, and here tool initialization command path we have to pass. That is tck init uh, dot bat. Start program you can keep as it is, no need to write anything. You can check if you want to do update runtime view while building, so you can check that option. So you can give company name wherever you are working. I'll just like XYZ or something, or I'll give here a name CAD developer, and just click OK. Now you have to restart Visual Studio. So why? Because we added extension in Visual Studio. Now see, once we launch Visual Studio, these options we got. That is the 3S Workspace Explorer. Now I will open my existing workspace. So I'll try to build here. Just I have just opened. So you can give prerequisite and try to build. first I will set prerequisite path here. So even though if I set prerequisite path, still it is showing issue. It is showing error like no such a file directory, that mkroot dot something, it is not showing. So what we have to do? We have to create one temp folder inside C drive. Then it will resolve that. Now I am trying to build my workspace. Okay, you see that create process error gone now. This is the CA related stuff, so visualization and all. So everyone aware about this IMAC missing, header missing, or framework missing. These things already you guys are aware how to fix this error. Or I'll try to show you in different workspace. I will open another workspace and I'll show you there. There I have fixed everything. This is just a test framework, so we have error here inside this. Okay, I will try to open another workspace I have here. So that one I will build and I'll show you. Okay, I opened here new workspace. Okay, now I will give prerequisite for same like last time we did. Select your installation directory as a prerequisite. Here you can use cnex.exe and click OK. And now we can build our CA workspace. Okay, leave it, ignore this error, just build. Okay, our CA code start building. So it built successfully. You see, it created both module DLL, add-in module, and CMD module DLL. So no error, nothing. It got built successfully. So I hope you guys understood how we can resolve this issue, create process. So we will meet in next video, guys. Thank you.